Jewish Family Services started in 1898. We developed because out of a response to serving the Jewish community. Back in 1959, we became one of the founding members of United Way of Delaware. And it was at that point that we began opening our doors to the entire community and serving everyone. Our primary services were counseling and Jewish family life education and older adults. We decided to do prevention programming in community centers. So our staff would go into the communities and they would learn about issues that would impact others and teach the community about it.
The prevention program is offered to individuals between the ages of 13 to 24. We offer educational trainings to those individuals, and depending on the topics they have learned, then they create public service announcements. And the public service announcements are evidence as to what they are gaining, the knowledge gained throughout that training.
I put in a call and Miss Alice Stevens called me back. What a wonderful journey. That was the best thing that ever happened to Kingswood Academy. I can see many, 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 many changes in my students.
I've been lucky enough to partner up with Jewish Family Services and their amazing program of public service announcements that they create, and giving our teens great opportunities to have the chance to speak out and find their own voices.
Bringing the program in my eyes, was very beneficial because it allowed the students to kind of get introduced to a program that they need. It's not something that we have readily available in our curriculum as of yet, so it's good that someone like Jewish Family Services is available, especially to our population. I think it's a lot of needs that they have that we as a school, as an academic staff, aren't able to meet. So when we can partner with organizations like this, it's perfect.
Miss Alice came from Jewish Family Services and said that they wanted to film some PSAs with the kids. A lot of them were very interested in being on the camera and seeing the film production and things like that. I think overall it was a very positive experience for the kids. They tend to respond well or better to kind of hands-on activities, where I think the distraction of doing things hands-on kind of helps them feel more safe than if they just sit around in a circle and feel like they have to share their business with everyone. The filming of the PSAs themselves provided them with an aspect of safety that they otherwise wouldn't have had.
It was my first time working with camera and really expressing myself about how I feel about the topic. I never really expressed myself about the topic before. Any opinion I had about it, kind of kept to myself. So it was the first time I really got to say how I feel in front of that camera.
I didn't expect it to make it this far. I thought I was going to be camera shy and just want to be the one behind the scenes and stuff. I didn't expect to be on camera, make it into the movie theaters and all that stuff. I didn't expect some of that.
It made me feel safe. I used to be bottled up, not telling everybody everything. But being in that group thing, it made me feel welcome. It helped you learn new stuff, things that you thought that you couldn't do. Being able to be yourself without people challenging you. And not being afraid.
We get to be ourselves in camera. We don't have to worry about anyone judging you or anything like that. You're surrounded by people that are they really just want you to express yourself and really show how you feel about certain topics, and they'll let you express what you feel. I've always been camera shy. It was never my idea of getting in front of a camera or anything like that. So this is the first time experience for me, and I'm kind of starting to like it.
The major process for them is that during the class or the educational portion, the students will learn about a specific topic, whether it is self-love, whether it is substance abuse, or even domestic violence. So once they focus on that topic, then they will go ahead and script. And during the scripting, we will help guide those teenagers in creating the vision that they see for the PSA. Then we'll go ahead into production. And once that is done, then we go ahead and edit. After the editing process, the PSA or the music video is sent to the state for approvals. Once that is done, then the approval is sent back to us, and depending on which PSA, we go ahead and we publish the PSAs, whether on social media, on YouTube, as well as in theaters.
I like writing and directing. I think that was interesting that I actually got to do it. I wrote the script for our 2 or 3 PSAs, and then I worked behind the camera and I recorded the other kids, and we just, I feel like we did a good thing. We all bonded over something that might help the environment as well as, the children growing up.
While creating the PSA, it didn't really feel like we were creating something, like it's just us having fun, really like discussing stuff. But then the final edit, the final thing, it was really cool how we got to see our goofy selves and coming into a serious problem and like really putting our minds to it. It was really cool seeing small steps turning into such a big thing.
The kids were able to work hands-on with the skits and with the things that were videoed. I think then they had a better working idea of how to handle problems and how that other people have feelings as well as themselves, and it's not just about them, it's about everybody involved in the situation. And I did see where the kids would back up and take a step back and say, okay, I'm going to look at this a little differently this time. And so I think that was something that was very helpful.
It's different when you get advice or you hear things from your other peers opposed to sometimes from adults. Sometimes it goes in one ear and out the other. So I really think it's important to keep them involved, engaged, and aware of what's going on out there.
What I thought was really neat about the program is when Miss Alice allowed the kids to talk about their problems and discuss that. One of the problems we're having with today's youth is that the adults think they have all the answers. They think they can solve all the kids' problems. But what was so neat about this program, they sat down and let the kids discuss what the issues were. They allowed the kids to determine what their problem is. And they also allowed the kids to say, hey, this is how these problems can be solved.
Some of the outcomes that we see in the teenagers and the young adults is that some of them demonstrate great knowledge of the subject learned, and they implement it in their lives. Some of those individuals that we have worked with have moved on in getting or creating a better future for them. Some of them have enrolled in getting their GEDs, some enrolled at universities, others have created better track for themselves, attending school more punctually, doing their assignments, or wanting to do those upcoming projects.
I felt better with myself. I felt like I was worth something. I felt like I did something with myself. Like I wasn't just giving up on everything. Like they gave me a reason to keep pushing forward. I plan on going to hair school once I'm done with my GED and going to college for business, but I will always have my backup plan.
I think after being on the camera, I feel more comfortable speaking to people because after we filmed it and we had a viewing of it, a lot of people started coming up to me, and after a while I got encouraged to do more and help other people since I was on film, and now I want to start a YouTube channel to try to help people, and it gave me confidence to be on film more.
Going to the prevention program, it shows me that if you have a lot of potential and you are scared to show it, then you're holding yourself back. So what I did was I started volunteering places, the Y. I went there just to help out with the kids. Now I have an interview there. I have an interview at the Y. They want to hire me.
In the future, I'm hoping that this program will be able to reach many individuals. We'll be able to serve individuals throughout Delaware State. And those individuals will be able to go out and educate others. We do not want to educate or train individuals and then that education has stopped there. We want Delaware to be a place of hope, a place of faith, and to build back that community.